Hi everybody, welcome back to the Old Warlock. I'm Alex.
I'm Jim.
And today we're going to be talking about one of our very favorite things in Dungeons & Dragons, and that is...
The Wish.
The Wish is just so much fun. We came across the Wish while we were talking just in another video that we just filmed talking about the deck of many things, and we decided that we should talk about the importance of wishes and how exactly we use them in our campaigns. Isn't that right?
Right. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. No, you're good. No.
See, wishes come in a wide variety of forms in Dungeons & Dragons. You can find them in rings, they can be granted to you by gods or other deities. You can create, if you're a magic user of some kind, you can create some kind of wish spell that you cast.
Limited wish or wish in the case of AD&D, which is what we primarily go with.
Yeah, they're a whole different...
a variety of ways.
Different ways
you can come across a wish.
You can come by a wish. And we are of the mind, at least he's of the mind, because he usually dungeon masters, that wishes, as powerful as they are not necessarily things that should be shied away from for characters to have access to. Because on top of having the potential to be very powerful, they also have the potential to be very dangerous.
Disastrous in some cases.
Mm-hmm. So we just thought that we'd go through, read some of the rules about wishes with you guys, and then tell you how we think that they should actually be used.
Usually with wishes in AD&D, wishes are considered to be limited wishes. Now there's a limited wish spell that is one of the magic user spells, and it removes a lot of the potency of the wish itself. So when you use a wish in that instance, you might want to raise some hit points on somebody. You might want to be able to see something that's going to happen, but there's not a lot of strength behind the wishes. It's not a full-blown wish like you might imagine getting from a genie. Years ago, we decided that the limited wish was not the way to go. We wanted to go with the full-blown wish. And so that's taken the place of wish rings, the wishes and wish rings and things like that. We've just made it that potent, full-blown wish. The thing is, when a person has a wish, they can really alter basically an entire campaign. I mean, it's not, they have the ability to do some major changes to what's happening in any one place. So what we also had to do when we decided to make wishes, full wishes as opposed to limited wishes, we also had to make sure that if you messed a wish up, the consequences would be, like I said before, disastrous. And this may sound like a harsh thing, but it also puts a heck of a lot of fun into the game. We've had situations where characters have been granted a wish, and usually it's something that's no longer taken lightly. It hasn't been taken lightly for a long time because they know the potential consequences.
Especially when you have someone mean like him.
I don't know what he's talking about. But you need, what's fun for the DM is to allow somebody to have a wish, and that doesn't happen very often in my campaign, but when it does happen, the entire group then drops into a huddle and they will discuss for 2 hours the exact wording of a wish to make sure that, number one, it accomplishes something of benefit to them, but number two, I can't take advantage of it to basically
screw us over.
Okay, I wasn't going to go that far, but I was going to say make life more difficult, but I think at the end of the day, he's right.
Yeah.
It's more screw them over. So that's the fun part of wishes for me. It's also, there's an element of apprehension whenever you get a wish. It's not a source of joy. Oh, yay, I get 3 wishes. It's more, oh my goodness, I've got 3 wishes. I need to be careful about what I say. I need to be careful about how I say it. And hopefully hold on to these long enough to make sure that I only use them when absolutely necessary. Because, again, it's a double-edged sword, getting a wish, at least in my campaign. And I actually really like it that way.
Yeah, I mean, I like it that way too. It provides an interesting amount of magic that can be inserted into the campaign, and especially when you have characters that aren't necessarily conditioned to or like used to using that amount of power in something that they're doing.
Yep.
It can be really entertaining, or players for that matter, people who haven't had lots of experience with really powerful magical items. All of a sudden, they've got 3 wishes dropped into their lap, and they can either decide, oh, well, hey, I want an infinite amount of wishes, and then they're just stoned to death by wish rings, or they can save it.
Never seen that happen.
No, or they can save it until they accidentally hit someone with a sword and feel bad, because I did that once.
Anyway, but moving on, I think that what you're saying is exactly right, and that is what it's. I guess you've probably, if you've watched any of our videos, you probably know that the controlled random nature of the game is a lot of what we find to be entertaining, and I think that the Wish is probably the epitome of that. But we don't make them available very often. I think that people might come across a Wish maybe once a year of playing.
I've only found them in like really big Magic hordes and things like that, never anything else.
So yeah, I tend to make them very unavailable, but when they are available, it's something that will basically dominate an entire night's playing.
Yeah.
Which as far as we're concerned, that's how it should be.
That's great. Sitting around a table while he's just sitting bemusedly in the corner, and we're like texting each other and writing things down and trying not to say anything out loud, because what if he decides, oh hey, nice wish there, good job,
Well,
and kills all of us.
Well, and the other thing is, it's always fun for me. Not that I'm a mean DM or anything, but it's always fun to me. It's always fun to me to hear people say, I wish we hadn't done that. And then if they have that wish in their back pocket, as a DM, sorry, but I like to jump right on that, because those kinds of, the fact that those kinds of events might occur really keeps a player on their toes when they're playing. And that's one of the things that I really like to see happening, because it means that players are deeply involved in the story that's being woven. And again, any kind of a thing that will make people think twice about their actions, to me, that's a benefit. That's a positive.
Yeah. And, from his perspective, if you have a character who's going too fast or is just really, really making you angry for some reason, give them a wish. See what they can do.
And I'm not a dungeon master who will punish a player myself. Never have been.
He's not like a lightning strike type.
I've never been that way.
Yeah.
What I usually do, if a player is being a problem to the other players or to the DM or to a non-player character, I give them the ammunition to destroy themselves, or at least to harm themselves. And 9 times out of 10, I'd say that after that happens, people realize, oh, I get it now.
Don't.
Maybe I should back up a little bit here and not be that guy or that girl. It's just a better way to deal with problem players. But again, it's not. I don't put wishes in just to deal with problem players. I put wishes in because it makes an interesting new element of the game, at least temporarily.
So yeah, we definitely recommend. Again, don't make them too widely available, but it is just a fun thing to sprinkle in every once in a while and kind of throw your characters off guard, especially if they're like level 3 and are carrying around +2 long swords, and it's a really powerful magical item that they have to then figure out how to use properly.
Yeah.
So,
but if you use wishes in your campaign, and I hope you do, or you've used wishes in your campaign as a player, let us know what kind of things you've ended up doing with them. I'd love to hear it. Maybe it'll give me some ideas that I can integrate into my campaign. If you have any questions about some of the stuff that we've done, let us know. We'd be happy to try and explain some of the things that we have used or not used over the course of time. But wishes are fun. Wishes are dangerous. Let us know what you think.
we'll see you next time.
Keep your sword on free.
Bye.